So let's talk about menopause. It's a totally natural, really powerful transition, right? But let's be honest, it can also be a challenge, a big one. Today, we're going to dive into the Menopause Cookbook and see how the food on our plate can actually be our biggest ally in navigating this whole new chapter with energy and, well, vitality. You know that feeling, that sudden wave of heat out of nowhere, or feeling like your mood is on a total roller coaster, and the staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m.? If any of that sounds familiar, I just want you to know you are so not alone. These are like the classic signs that your body's going through a really big shift.
So, what's actually happening here? What's the deal? Well, it really boils down to one key thing: hormones. Specifically, your estrogen levels are taking a dip. And that one shift? That's what's behind pretty much everything. A slower metabolism, those mood swings, the sleep issues. It's just biology, plain and simple. But, and this is a big but, that is not the end of the story.
And this is where things get really interesting. Because what if the key to feeling better was already sitting in your kitchen? What if you could use food not just to get through this, but to actually thrive? Seriously, imagine simple, delicious meals actually helping you manage all this. Let's see how that works.
Okay, so to really see how powerful this can be, the cookbook tells us about a woman named Helen. And her story, it is just a perfect example of what happens when you start using food as your medicine.
I really love this part because it totally reframes the whole experience. You see, it stops being about just fighting symptoms. For Helen, it turned into this incredible journey of empowerment. She went from feeling like she was fighting her own body to actually working with it. That's a huge shift.
And just look at the results. We're not talking about small tweaks here. She got her energy back, her mood leveled out. She was finally getting a good night's sleep. I mean, she felt this whole new sense of vitality. It just goes to show what's possible when you give your body the right fuel, you know?
So the big question is, how'd she do it? Let's break it down and look at the actual nutritional tools she used. Think of this next part as your own personal toolkit for making food your best friend through all of this.
Okay, so here are the nutritional power players. First up, we've got phytoestrogens. You'll find these in things like soy and flax seeds. They're these cool little plant compounds that can kind of mimic estrogen in your body, which really helps take the edge off things like hot flashes. Then you've got your omega-3s. Think of them as your brain's best friend. Super anti-inflammatory, great for your mood. Of course, there's fiber, which is key for keeping your blood sugar stable. And last, but definitely not least, calcium and vitamin D. These become totally non-negotiable for keeping your bones strong and healthy.
All right, toolkit's packed. Now let's get super specific. We're going to look at exactly what to eat for some of the biggest, most annoying symptoms.
First up, yep, you guessed it, the one everyone dreads, the hot flash. So how can we use food to literally turn down the thermostat?
Okay, here's the game plan. You're going to want to reach for things like tofu, edamame, and flax seeds to get those helpful phytoestrogens we just mentioned. And hey, don't forget the simple stuff. Naturally cooling foods like cucumber and watermelon can make a real difference. It's like a 1-2 punch. You get hormonal support, and you get to cool down.
Next up, sleep. Or, the lack of it. If you are just sick and tired of being tired, what you eat in the evening can be a total game changer.
So here's your new bedtime shopping list. Cherries are amazing because they have natural melatonin. That's the actual hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Almonds are loaded with magnesium, which is like nature's muscle relaxer. Fatty fish gives you vitamin D, which also helps with sleep. And of course, a warm cup of chamomile tea, well, it's a classic for a reason, right?
Okay, let's talk about mood, because those hormonal shifts can really mess with our brain chemistry, can't they? It can lead to feeling irritable, anxious, or just off. The good news is, certain foods can really help with this.
And this is the amazing part. You can literally eat things that help your brain chemistry. I'm talking dark chocolate, yes, chocolate, which has mood-boosting compounds. Berries are packed with antioxidants that are great for your brain. Leafy greens have the nutrients your brain needs to work right. And things like sweet potatoes, those complex carbs help your brain make more of that awesome feel-good chemical, serotonin.
Okay, so we've talked about the why and the how. Now let's put it all together and see what a full day of eating like this actually looks like. And spoiler alert, it is delicious.
Just imagine starting your day with a breakfast like this. It's packed with protein, full of healthy fats, and what that does is so much more than just fill you up. It keeps your blood sugar stable and gives you steady energy all morning long. So you can say goodbye to that mid-morning crash.
Then, for lunch, how about something like this gorgeous grilled salmon salad? This is where we bring in those amazing omega-3s from our toolkit. A lunch like this is literally working for you, fighting inflammation and boosting your brain power for the entire afternoon.
And then for dinner, we're aiming for something that's super nourishing but not heavy, right? Think lean protein, lots of colorful veggies. A dinner like this supports your metabolism, it's easy to digest, and it sets the stage perfectly for that deep, restful sleep you absolutely deserve.
So, I want to leave you with this one last thought. So much of the conversation around menopause is about struggle, right? It's about everything we're losing. But what if we could flip that script? What if by just being intentional about what we eat, we could completely reframe this whole experience? Because this transition, it's not an ending. Not at all. It can absolutely be the start of your most vibrant, energetic, and powerful chapter yet.